Hey guys, welcome back to Punishing Grey Raven. I just woke up and saw that we've got another dev post, so keen to get into this one. I have already read it. It includes things about drop rates, release schedules, version specific stuff, just those sort of topics. Nothing too in depth into all of the features, but at least a good look at what they're planning to do. So first up, this is a communique from the PGR dev staff. It's been a wild few days since our last development blog update, and we've been reading through many responses from our commandants. We are genuinely moved to see so much support from so many players, and we're also here to put the fears of more doubtful players to rest. That's why we're here in the mess hall for the first time, hopefully many chats. We'd like to talk a little less formally to all active commandants about our future goals for Punishing Grey Raven and our plans to make it the best game it can be together. So that's a little introduction. Some commandants were worried that we will change the guaranteed probabilities and new character launch schedules to boost profitability. Rest assured that is not our plan, and we're confirming that the R&D pool probabilities of new characters will be based on our original CN servers, the 100% guarantee for new S-rank characters and 80% guarantee for 6-star weapons will remain unchanged. So that's the first bit where they say, we rest assured that's not our plan. Then we move into the second little bit, which is, however, due to launching much later, some changes to the update schedule are unavoidable for the global servers. There may be some schedule tweaks needed for all characters to receive their time in the probability booster limelight across both arrival and fate arrival pools. So they will be but like the way I understand that is the guarantee for 100% on new characters is going to stay, but they're probably going to boost the rate of banners a little bit. Now, we'll have to wait and see how much. Obviously, free-to-play players still want to be able to obtain all the black cards to be able to get every character. So between events and stuff like that, we'll have to wait and see. I'll probably do a whole video doing a bit more math on the topic and stuff like that. But if you are a free-to-play player who started at Global, I'm really curious to see how many black cards you have, because I've been spending black cards on stamina. I've bought the monthly packs and stuff like that. If you're a free-to-play player from the start, let me know how many you have. But the thing about this is, even if we get unlucky and you can't 100% get every character, those new banners, not to be confused with the banners that are going at the moment, which we had the Lee one and now we've got the S Karenina one, those carry over to themselves, but new characters only carry over to new characters. And if you do miss out on one of the new characters, that pity carrying over will sort of get you back in loop where you should get every other new character. But hopefully they make it to a point where like everyone is hoping that we can get every new character for free to play. But I think I can't see them like rapidly boosting the upload schedule, but that's just something we've got to keep an eye on, and we'll just like watch the first like 2 character releases and then we'll have a good idea of what's going on there. But the way they worded this at the start makes me think they're still going to aim to let free-to-play players get the new characters. So we'll have to wait and see, but that's sort of promising as well. And good to hear we are getting the 100% rates. About our content update schedule, let's just cut to the chase and answer the question that so many have asked. Yes, we are hoping to bring over as much content from the CN version as we can, and we'll be sticking closely to the original reward structure to maintain parity between versions. Makes sense. As with our character pools, there may be some differences in the release schedules. Based on the current developer workload, needs of players, and time required to localize especially content-rich events, seasonal events, event content such as Christmas and Halloween may be rescheduled to better correspond with their actual calendar event, rather than the version number it was associated with on the original CN release. Why? Because it'd be weird to have Christmas happening in the middle of summer. Well, that's when it happens over here in Australia, so get around it. But yeah, that pretty much makes sense. So sounds like they're just going to try and bring most of the things across, but things may get shifted or boosted or whatever. So pretty cool. I wasn't really too stressed about that personally, but I know there was a lot of people asking about that. Next up, about localized content. This is one area where there may be a noticeable differences between regions, as some content is tailored to each region. As such, some may be added, removed, or swapped out as appropriate, like some pieces of furniture, memories, or special coatings. Don't worry though, we are not trying to pass off any rice bowls as jelly donuts. That means they're not trying to like give us absolute trash and say no, but it's really good. So we'll see what happens there. Without affecting the overall atmosphere and core combat experience, we want to give players in each region a fresh experience, and you can see roughly what to expect by comparing what regional goodies are available on JP and Taiwan servers. So I haven't really looked into that too much, so maybe I'll look into it a bit later, but really doesn't stress me too much personally. Like, as long as they keep the core things the same, and as long as we get that awesome Bianca skin, if that gets removed, I'm done. There's going to be a rage. But yeah, hopefully they keep most of the stuff fairly similar. But yeah, I furniture and stuff, for me personally, I'm not a Dawn person. But anyway, that's that one. On to page number 2, about offering Chinese language options in game. I actually saw this a lot in my comments of videos and stuff, like people like asking how to change it to Chinese language. I think that's just from a bunch of people who played CN and got used to it, and they want the same voicing that they got used to. One pleasant surprise we've seen among feedback from players is a large number of requests for the Chinese localization to be available in game. Paradoxically, I think I said that all right. I was worried about that word. It would be surprisingly difficult to port over for the full Chinese text back over to the global version. We'd have to implement font switching, interchangeable graphics, and a lot more besides. But offering a Chinese dub option would be a relatively simple process. With just a little extra serum, our engineers think they'll be able to implement that in a near future update, perhaps even before Christmas, fingers crossed. So looks like they're going to get the Chinese voicing in there eventually. But if it's by Christmas, I feel like most of the players who have been wanting the Chinese will now be used to the Japanese, and they'll be like, why do I want to use Chinese? So we'll wait and see, but hopefully they get it in for those that still want it. Next up, of course, we'll keep looking into ways to bring the full Chinese language back to the game, text and all. Do people actually want text on the global version? Maybe there's Chinese players playing the global version. That's just something I never even considered. Our engineers will continue to investigate the feasibility, but it might be a long-term project, but we'll keep you informed as and when the progress is made on this front. Cool beans. Well, that was a little bit... Okay, so this is like the recap. Well, that was a little bit more serious than we'd hoped, but launch week is a serious time. Anyway, thanks to all commandments who have encouraged us and shared their love and support for the game through private messages. Making games, as you may have heard, isn't easy, and the moral support means the world to our crew. We also wholeheartedly apologize for any commandments that have issues with the game since launch. We're well aware that not everything went perfectly, and we thank you for sticking around and hearing us out. We endeavor to keep up clear and honest communication with our entire community and respond to any issues as they're reported. Thank you all for your time, patience, and support. Take it easy, and we'll see you next time in the mess hole. Okay, so recap, we have guaranteed 100% banners. The new characters will be on 100% banners. You get the pity, you get the character. That is nice. Speed of character releases is going to be sped up. How much? That's what remains to be seen. Once again, hoping free-to-play players can collect the black cards and go through. Once again, if you are free-to-play, you've been saving since the start. How many have you got? I'm really curious to see, because that is something I have not kept track of. And like free to play, if you get lucky on one of the banners, it just gives you that massive buffer for the rest of the time. So good luck to all free to play players pulling on alpha when she drops. Then we had obviously like Christmas and stuff. Those events will be swapped around. And then region specific stuff. So that's the big curious one as well, is to what skins will be if like furniture and stuff like that doesn't bother me at all. It just removing skins would be kind of sad, because I know there's always going to be someone who loves a certain skin. But hey, give us new ones, that's cool. But besides that, then we have the Chinese language. Not a bad dev post. I actually like these things, so hopefully they keep doing these. But yeah, let me know your guys' thoughts on the dev post, what's happening, how fast you think the schedule will be for the new characters. The way it was worded, saying like, we're not trying to make extra cash, that's me paraphrasing, makes me think it won't be too fast sped up, but it was always inevitable that it would be sped up a little when you're starting like 2 years late. But anyway, guys, that is going to be it for this one. Thank you, Malware Bites, for coming in at the end. Thanks for watching. Hope you have an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Cheers.